What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers. This is the very last edition of the show here in 2025. I want to make sure that we stepped in here and shared a little bit of what we have, our plays, but also what's happening right now. There's so many sports that's taking place at this moment, but I wanted to make sure that we want to just share a little bit of the show, the very last day. But I am here, not normally on a Wednesday, but I am here today having some fun. Marky Motto will be joining me here in just a few minutes. But yesterday on this show, the guys swept the board. They cashed a 1-point parlay at plus 120. South Carolina State continued, especially against Tennessee. As if you listen to Mark, he's going to give you those good chicken nuggets that he has, and that's going to be at minus 120. But we're going to get into our plays that we have today, as well as breaking down the games, everything that's live at the moment. And then we're going to light the lamp. And you know what? I'm here on a Wednesday, so I'm going to take a stab at it, see if I can find out who is going to be a goal scorer here to start off. But something we're going to do, we're going to take a reflection. We're going to look back at 2025 real quick and just kind of share that. But I have two friends. Do you want to step in real quick? I don't think they knew that they were going to do this, but they're here hanging out in the room with me. So I just wanted to share that real fast. We have Happy New Year's. Penelope is on this shoulder, and this is Margot. And so say hello.
Hello.
All right, now scram. All right, we got to get this show started, and Mark is here waiting for me. There he is. What up, Mark?
Dude, that never gets old. I never get tired of that. Your kids are great, and the fact that they're all decked out to celebrate the New Year's, dude, it feels. First of all, I'm so glad to be here and sharing Wednesday here, the final day of 2025 with you. Robbie, you have our thoughts and prayers.
Sure.
You're taking care of some family business at a funeral, so you're missed. But yeah, I mean, it's the last day of 2025, and this year's flown by.
Yeah, it has. It's been like it honestly feels like, and I know we say this for NFL Overdrive, but it feels like it went to overdrive this year. It's been our ups and the downs throughout the entire year. It has been very, very crazy. But let's go ahead and get into the games that's tonight, because this is going to be a jam-packed show. We're going to share a little bit of our favorite sports moment. We want you to do the same as well. Sports moments, maybe your athlete of the year, your team of the year, and then maybe your favorite moment or fun part, anything to do with the show. And then we're going to get out of here. But let's go ahead and look at what's happening right now. So who's playing? What do people need to watch? And is there anything live we can take advantage of?
There's so much going on right now. There's a ton of college basketball that is getting ready to tip off within the next 60 seconds. We got Iowa and Vanderbilt. Iowa is just manhandling Vandy right now. They're up 14-3. They just started the third quarter there. There's a ton to take in on this New Year's Eve.
For sure. And then the Warriors and the Hornets right now have already started.
Yeah.
And I believe, wasn't there a game that finished? No, that's the only game. So there's the game that starts at 2:00. It's the Timberwolves and the Hawks in the NBA, as well as the Magic, Pacers, Suns, Cavs. All these are afternoon games here. I guess it would be 3:00 Eastern. I keep forgetting that I'm on the Lord's time zone of Central Time Zone.
Yeah. And not to mention, we got NHL action going on right now. Where the Capitals the Rangers just scored. The Rangers just scored, so it's 3-2 in the second period there.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get into all of that, as well as the game that is tonight, and that's going to be the biggest game that there is. It's Miami is taking on Ohio State. And so let's break that down real fast, because that's what we want to make sure we hit on. That's what, honestly, the thumbnail shows, the Hurricanes and the Buckeyes. But this is a 9.5-point spread. I don't think that there is a double-digit spread throughout any of these games, which is crazy to me. But this is the biggest one just overall. The other three take place tomorrow, which will make sure that y'all hit on those as well. As we do a show tomorrow, that's the plan, unless something happens. But 9.5, do you like the Hurricanes getting the points, or do you like the Buckeyes covering?
I think the Buckeyes cover here. In fact, I think that the Hurricanes probably are overpriced at 9.5. I think that the spread should be slightly larger than this. I think that you're getting the benefit of a Miami team that won last week against Texas A&M in Texas A&M. They went in, and they were really the beneficiary of Texas Texas A&M shooting themselves in the foot, right? I mean, it's not because Miami outplayed Texas A&M. Texas just gave up the ball is what they did with so many turnovers. I think that's baked into this. I really like Ohio State to come out and just control this thing from beginning to end.
Yeah, I like Ohio State in this matchup. I don't have any faith at all in these stupid Hurricanes from Miami. Like I want nothing to do with them. I think that this team, they've been fine, but as we've seen, the ACC, like it's not a good conference. I don't expect it to be a conference that you look back and go, oh, maybe it wasn't as bad as we thought. No, it's as bad, if not worse than we thought. And that's kind of where I stand. And so I don't think that they're any good. I think we'll see an Ohio State team that comes and shows up, shows out, takes care of business. This could be a 2-touchdown win. And I think that's what you're looking at is, 10 points. You're talking about a touchdown and a field goal covers that line. I think there could be some backdoor potential, and that's what would worry me. But realistically, if you're up 14, that's where I like it. So if I'm going to play this to 10, I might even play this to 13.5 because I think if anything, they're going to go for the touchdown and not the field goal because, why would they need a field goal if they're down 14? So that's where I would land.
And I'm actually on the other side of that, the backdoor cover here, simply because I think that, one, if Ohio State gets out to an early lead, Miami shuts it down. They're done. They are now thinking about where they're going to land potentially if they enter the portal or, the decisions that they have to make as far as pursuing a career in the NFL. So I think that we see them slow things down. There's no real incentive for them to try to get this close if they're getting blown out.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get into all that and many, many more as we go throughout this show. But Boom Boom's here saying shout out to all those Vandy fans. They wanted this team in a playoff game and they couldn't show up. But I will say is I take that back a little bit and say there's a difference. This bowl games, they don't care as much. There's a lot of these players that don't care because there's nothing on the line. You might get a different showing in an actual playoff game, but realistically, you can't be embarrassed. You can't allow your team, if you want to talk the ish, you can't be embarrassed to a team like Iowa that isn't that good at all.
Well, to be honest, I thought we'd get a little better showing than Diego Pava is giving us so far. I think he was, talk about a guy who should have had a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Who the whole debacle at the Heisman, he should have come out and really, this was a statement game for him. And he is just, Iowa State has crushed him.
They just scored again. Thanks to Boom Boom sharing that information out. Now it's 20-3 right now. And it's in 8:50 to go in the third. They could kick a field goal. I'm not exactly sure where that game is. But 20-3 currently is where we stand. Let me look at these other things because I see over here that Scotty Johada is just unloading the clip, and I love every bit of it. Ohio State -9.5. He agrees with us that they're going to cover this. He's saying Curry threes over 5. I want to because this game is going on as we speak. So I want to make sure that I look at this in the game just to see where we would stand. But it is 67-63 with roughly 25 seconds to go. 67-64. But I want to look at what Curry is currently doing. He's already got.
Is he 5 of 8? I got 4 of 7 right now for 3-pointers. He's 5 of 9 from the field.
5 and
9. 4 of 7 from 3-point.
You're right. They moved it over again. The minutes and the points, field goals, 3-point. Whatever. I hate the ESPN app sometimes. Pisses me off. He's saying Brunson 4 threes, and 4 threes over. I'm guessing going over. I don't know. The plus 112, I would assume, is what that is.
That's got to be right.
So yeah, it has to be that because you wouldn't go over 4 threes over 112. You couldn't do that. That's not been done before. So it has to be plus 112. And so I'm looking at they're playing the Spurs potentially because you have Wemby, so you're scared to death to go in there, right? We don't want to do that. And so at that point, we want to make sure that we look at some Brunson threes. We'll look at those here in a little bit. But Kim, happy New Year to you, but also everybody else. 3 wins yesterday. What was the third one? I missed it.
Oh, God. Well, let's see. We had actually 4 if she followed the justicestatsports.com play of the day. Then the model play of the day hit. And then we swept the board yesterday. We call that just another Tuesday.
Just another Tuesday. Well, D Johnson's here. A little happy new year. Happy new year to you all as well. But that's all we're going to do on the games because we have a lot more that we want to get into with the show just overall. And so I think it's getting closer to hearing a little bit of some spice.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors: original, hot, and no salt. That's going to turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
Oh, I love me some Bassett Blends. You know what else I love? A little hockey first period action, except this one's got a little different twist to it. We're going to take the Blue Jackets on the first period money line at -125. That's right. We're going to ride the Jet. And I'm talking specifically about Jet Greaves, who has been absolutely dominant early in games. He's the confirmed starter in this one, and this is why I love this play against the New Jersey Devils. He has held opponents scoreless in the first period in 7 of his last 8 starts, and he owns a 92.9% save rate in the first period. I love this because the Blue Jackets have scored in the first period in 6 straight home games. What that means, if the Blue Jackets are scoring and Jet Greaves is keeping the other team from scoring, that's a perfect matchup spot for the Blue Jackets to win the first period. Worst case scenario, you always get the push, right? So if they end up 1-1, somehow a goal sneaks by them, you get that 1-1 tie, it becomes a push. That's not going to happen here. Look for the Blue Jackets to hold everything down and to get the win in the first period.
All right, let's go to the NBA here. We're going to go to Anthony Black for a 20-piece chicken McNugget here at +105. I like Anthony Black. He scored 20 points in 6 of the last 7. Now, one game he missed, he had 19. Okay, so if you want to play this over 18.5, which is a possibility, I believe on FanDuel, it has it at -122. But there's a big difference, 27 points difference over in the odds. And so I went +105 for just one more point. I think he gets to that 20 number. They're playing the Pacers. The Pacers suck. But honestly, I believe in Anthony Black. He's been really hot. He had his cold shooting night last game because he's in foul trouble. He went 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. But I still expect him to do his thing. Even with those 4 fouls, not shooting great from beyond 3, he still scored 27 points. So tonight, another 20-piece chicken McNugget. All right, well, let's go to we have the motto play, but I'm over here looking behind the scenes, and I know it's about to be effed up. So let me just click this button and see what it shows. I knew it. I knew it.
How did that happen?
I don't know, but it was right before the show, but it was not right now. And that's not even the one you like. You like this one, and it's still not showing.
There.
See, that's the stuff we got to deal with. All right, so the motto play is the Denver Pioneers to win by -10.5, and is at -110. The projected win percentage is 72.1%. Yeah. Why is this great, Mark?
Well, first of all, the Denver Pioneers are taking on the University of Kansas City. I don't even know the mascot. And straight up, they have a 93% chance to win this game straight up. At 10.5, they're winning this just over 72% of the time. Look, the model's been hot. We're on a 4-game win streak, 14-4. Let's make it 15-4. Close out 2025 with another win.
All right. I like it. Record of 14-4, a win streak of 4. I'm feeling it, Mark. I feel like we're doing all right here. All right. Well, it's time to light the lamp because those are our plays, and we want to get into those before we get into naming our best moment, our best team, the best athlete of the year, as well as the best show moment of the year. We do have some stuff before we do light the lamp. Preston's saying hopefully, because he put this out on social media, and I know on juststatsports.com, took Clemson money line. They're looking good to start. What is that number? Do we have it?
So, yeah, Clemson right now is up 10-3 against my Syracuse Orange. And actually, it pained me because I am on Clemson money line. This Syracuse Orange team, as much as I want them to do well, first of all, they're in a very tough ACC league. And you got a team like Clemson who is battle tested. They're older. They're a little more mature. Syracuse is just a young team right now. Are they talented? Hell yes. Can they put it all together, especially in close games? No. And Clemson's defense is shutting them down right now. So, yeah, I think I'm on the right side of this one.
All right. Well, also we have another one here from Taj saying Stephon Castle over 24.5 points and assists at minus 118. But I'm looking over here right now, and I'm seeing a 24.5 at minus 102. If you want to look at maybe some different odds, I'm showing DraftKings, but that is Doink that I'm looking at currently with the number. He had 23 in the last game on December 29th, which was, I believe, 2 days ago. Yes. And then before then, he's had 29, 27, 26, 27. He's averaging 26.3 over the course of that. A lot of that being helped with not like his lowest number I'm looking at is 23 out of all those games. The high is 36. So that's what's boosting that up a little bit. But realistically, not having any game in the last 10 under 23 points and assists is a good spot. You're talking about a very high floor, very close to getting that. He's obviously very consistent with his numbers. So that is what makes that number tough. But man, it's so enticing for just 25 there. So it's a good look for Todd.
And listen, this is a date that the Spurs circled after they lost the NBA Cup. They were looking forward to this. This is that rematch game. I expect Castle and Wemby to have huge games tonight.
Yeah. All right. Preston's asking, what do I think about the Hornets to make the Eastern Conference play-in at plus 1,200? It says only 2 spots out currently. It depends on who those two are. I looked at them not too long ago because I am a huge fan of Con Knipple, and I think he's honestly awesome. But we're talking about Milwaukee, who is above them, which they just got Giannis back, so they're going to move up. Brooklyn, Washington, Indiana are all under them. Okay, so who needs to move out? So 2 teams have to move out. Atlanta, I think, is going to be fine. I don't worry about Atlanta. I think that they'll be fine. They're neck and neck. There's a lot of trade rumors around, Trae Young. So I think if they get off of him, they're going to bring back a good piece. If they stay with him, I think he's fine enough to help them be within the top 10. Cleveland's going to be fine. They could blow it up, but either way, I think they're going to get better. Chicago could fall. I think they're frauds. I just watched the Grizzlies and 76ers last night. They looked really good. Tyrese Maxey's awesome. I think it's going to be tough because Orlando, Toronto, and Boston's got a 20-12 record. They're not falling all the way down to the 11. I think it's going to be tough. I think plus 1,200 is a great sprinkle spot, but man, I think what happens is they get rid of LaMelo at the trade deadline and they do a quiet tank and get a good draft pick for this next upcoming season. And so because of that, I think they get rid of LaMelo before the trade deadline. So I would say no because of that. I think that they do a tank instead, personally.
Interesting. I just think that there's way too many things that have to happen in order for the Hornets to make the play-in that one scares me.
And I love that team because of the reason that Brandon Miller's he's been good. LaMelo's been shaky, when he's been playing, when he does play. Concanippo's hurt right now. There's a lot of pieces on that team that I do love. The problem is like getting over Milwaukee, and then Chicago would be the only team that I think could fall. There's a lot of mid teams, which you just have to be hot for, maybe 2 months and carry that. But I don't think they can get hot enough. So
anyway. They're too streaky. They all of a 100%. Sudden they look great. They look great, and they fall flat on their face, and it's out of nowhere, and they can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Yep, exactly. All right, well, let's light this lamp. We have Nathan McKinnon. I think I know him. I put up bet two on him. Kirill Kaprizov, which is Capri's son to us. Connor McDavid, Jason Robertson, and then Matt Boldy at plus 130. Who do you like here on these, like the lamp?
Woo, let's get wild. And that is Minnesota Wild with Matt Boldy. Why? He's playing the San Jose Sharks. Guess what? He owns the Sharks. He scored a goal in 4 straight games against San Jose. 4 of his last, he's only played them 5 times. 4 out of those 5 games, he scored. I love this spot for him, especially since it's at plus 130.
Question, because I stay away from the NBA a lot of times. on Christmas Eve because it seems like a dead slate usually. NHL, not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. How does that look just overall within the association there?
I think, well, first of all, I love backing this Minnesota team right now who is rejuvenated, and all of a sudden they've become a juggernaut in the Western Conference, and they are really trying to assert their dominance. I don't expect a let off from them at all. Now, there are other teams, obviously, San Jose Sharks being one of them, who are looking just to they want to get out of 2025, get into 2026 so that this season can get over with because there's just nothing going on for them right now. Yeah, I think it depends on the team that we're talking about. But for the most part, now we're still so early in the season that there's no and things are starting to tighten up. All right. I mean, we're already starting to look ahead and look at those playoff teams and who's in, who's out, who's got a chance, kind of like we just did with Charlotte.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's still a lot of motivation. New Year's Eve is just another one of those days that they're like, hey, this is just another day on a schedule. Let's go. It is what it is.
All right. Well, I'm looking in here, and I'm very much cheating right now because I'm looking at Robbie's plays over on the site because I thought, hey, if I'm an idiot, we'll be an idiot together. He likes Nathan McKinnon, which I believe plays for the Avalanche, I would assume.
Yes, correct.
Because the Blues suck. So I don't know why you'd ever back a Blues. He likes Connor McDavid as well. He also likes Capri Sun. And so I figured at this point, the best name on the board is Kaprizov because that's Capri Sun for us at plus 110. So I thought at least one last time. I bring my friend.
Yes, I was so looking forward to this.
Let's see if Kaprizov, Mr. Capri Sun, can light the lamp tonight. 8-ball, don't suck. It's the last day.
Come on.
Without a doubt.
Dude, we close the year on that's a banger.
That will be a banger once it hits. Kirill, the thrill, Kaprizov. I think that's what Robbie says. Just on him. All right. Well, I see that Jack Hughes. We're talking about Jack Hughes. Who does Jack Hughes plays for?
So he plays for the New Jersey Devils. Like that spot. The only thing that scares me about New Jersey right now is it goes to kind of the play that I have on the Blue Jackets winning the first period. The Devils right now offensively on the road are having a hard time scoring goals, period. I think that they need a guy like Jack Hughes to really step forward and start taking the lead and in control of the offense. But that's the only thing that scares me about Jack Hughes.
All right. Or let's go to what we really want to get into as Mikko Rantanen comes in at plus 160 for Miss Kim here in the chat. Let's go ahead and start off to the last day of 2025, what we want to reflect on a little bit. And so we want to go ahead and go through these. So we're going to go through 4 different things. And we're going to hear from our special guest here just in a second. But our best sports moment, the best sports team, the best sport athlete, but then the best moment on the show. We're going to go through these, hopefully not spend too much time because, one, I got to go to the store and get some steaks and some champagne still. I have all that to get to today. So do not make this a long segment or I'll get in trouble by my beautiful wife. So let's go ahead and go to this real quick. Best sports moment, Mark. I'm going to let you start off with this one.
I go back to hockey and what hockey did in the World Tournament during their All-Star break. That for me was the best sports moment, watching USA go against Canada and really get that rivalry and the whole thing going.
I like that. I think it's a good off the reservoir, right? You go off the path, the beaten path, because you can go easily with a different team. I thought I was going to be the only one going off the beaten path, so I'm going to go off the beaten path with you.
I love it.
Not to hockey. I'm going to go with John Cena turning heel. And I know that is kind of a sport, but I love John Cena. I wanted to make him my athlete of the year, but I figured the biggest sports moment for me was this because there's a lot of teams that I hate that won. And so that's going to be tough for me there in the best team this year. But I have to say that it has to be John Cena for me when he turned heel. And we see him teaming up with The Rock. And I know that is all WWE. But, man, that was so fun. It let me be a kid again and let me see that. So I figured I would share that one for sure. But let us know your best sports moment. as well as any of these other ones. So let's go ahead and get to the athlete because I think this is the next one we have. Before we get to the team, who's the best player? Who do you got?
I think the athlete of last year has to be Luka Doncic. Just listen, for what he did when they announced the trade, he lands at the Lakers, and look at the transformation that the Lakers have had since then. Not just the Lakers, but look at him, right? I mean, he worked his way back into shape. He literally has re-energized the Lakers, and I think re-energized himself. And because of that, I think he's had the most impact of any single player on a team in any of the leagues.
I like that. All right. There was no question with this one. I was afraid you would do the same guy. Shohei Ohtani. And I know that's a cop-out probably because that's like the odds-on chalky favorite. Shohei was so good from the start to the end, and he didn't even have to pitch much. But when he did pitch, he was still dominant. What he did in the playoffs with how he pitched and how he really just – that team and the Dodgers weren't as good as they were on paper because the guys weren't hot, especially through the playoffs. It was Shohei Ohtani. You could not pitch to him. It was Barry Bonds level toward the end of the season.
It was insane. You're right. You couldn't pitch to him, and Toronto didn't.
No, you couldn't. I love it. I love it. All right, well, let's go to our next one, which is the best team. And so who are you going with on the best team?
I can't believe I'm going back to hockey. And worse yet, I have to say I'm taking the Florida Panthers. I mean, literally, they three-peated, right? I mean, they have dominated the NHL for the last 3 years. How can they not be the best sports team?
All right. Well, this is where I have to just go ahead and say I am sorry. To everyone who knows me, I am sorry. The best team had to be the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I love the NBA, and I watched what happened last year and the way they walked through the season and the way that they have started this season. I know that they overlap, and I know it goes 23 to 24, 24 to 25, but they won a championship. They started off the season so good. I hate them. I hate their fans. I hate everything to do. I don't even know why Oklahoma City is even a city. Like everything in Oklahoma is just boring. And so because of that, I hate what I'm saying, but Oklahoma City has been dominant. They're awesome. And I hate that they're awesome. I hope that they're not awesome starting today, but I just hope that they're not. But the best sports teams for me had to be the Thunder.
That is the worst Oklahoma City apology I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, F them. I hate them, absolutely. But yes, Sam Presti might be the best GM of all time, unfortunately. But he got lucky. Let's just be honest. He just he just brought in all these things and said, "Hey, if I hold all of my coins, one of them will turn gold." Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did, but guess what? He's a little tainted. He might turn green soon because everybody hates the way he is. But yes, that was my best sports.
How much did that hurt?
I don't ever want to do it again. And I hope I erase this. All right, we got some the best the moment. It has to be a moment. The Swift Kelsey engagement. Yes, because now all we have to do is wait till the marriage this summer and it's gone. Looks like Todd is going back to the lamp with Matt Boldy. Sky Giotti says Mariners making a run in baseball.
That was huge.
Great moment.
Yep, absolutely.
I agree. Sky Giotti even says Florida win the basketball title was a great moment, maybe the best sports team, if that's your team, for sure. But we have a friend that wanted to share a little bit of something. So let's tee him up. He had to miss the show today, but he could not miss out, as you all know, and then there's a bonus play at the end.
What's up, Weekday Wagers crew? Hey, sorry I can't be there for our last show of 2025, but I just want to get on here and say appreciate all of you, especially all the ones who stuck with us through all the craziness of 2025 and the ones that are with us now, and to all the future people who are going to join us in the next year of 2026. Hey, just thanks again for all that you do. I appreciate you. Mark, DG, love you guys. 2025 was a pretty much roller coaster for your boy. With everything that happened with John, doing this was about the only thing that gave me a lot of happiness there for a while. So I appreciate all of you. If you're looking for a play, Steven Stamkos is sitting at 599 goals right now. He should get one either tonight or tomorrow. He plays in Seattle. He's never scored a goal in Seattle, so if he doesn't get it tonight, he's definitely getting it tomorrow. But y'all have a good new year. Much love, peace, and prosperity going into 2026, and I'm out. Peace.
All right, that's our Robbie coming in here, and it was so funny because I watched it and I go, he definitely put in a play like that. That was a guarantee that was happening. Yes, that should be his Survivor just set up right there, just sitting in a video waiting to get the call back. All right, let's go to our best show moment before we get out of here. So I'm going to start with you. What you got?
I actually have two.
Oh, okay.
And unfortunately, they came at our own personal sacrifice. and I think tied for the best show moments are the pain that I felt going 0-8.
That was awesome.
Right? There's not a worse feeling in the world. Best show moment for me personally, because it humbles you. And you approach things so differently and more methodic. I did, at least, more methodically, and one step at a time, and never taking anything for granted. The second greatest moment on this show was Robbie eating that damn hot chip. So it sucked because we collectively went 0-12 in those bets, but it provided me singing songs, Robbie eating hot chips. I mean, even when we were down, we were still having a lot of fun, and it was still engaging. I loved it.
Yeah, that was, I was going to say, those are more my favorite. And that wasn't even on this YouTube channel.
Right.
Like, we don't even own those just in general. So Robbie eating the chip, you singing your song, but also me, I believe I had to sing of some sort, right? Didn't I do something? It was bad.
Yes, you came out and rapped your songs.
Rapped. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was terrible. That was the worst part.
And the way that you were waving me off, and I said, look, if I go 0-4 again for the third week in a row, I'm shaving my head. And you're like, no.
Yeah, we weren't going to do that. So that would be my favorite thing. But realistically, just to get very honest, I think one of the worst and hardest conversations we've had with wanting to do this, because listen, getting to hear the people as of recently, because we brought on different guests, say the kind things before and after shows that are not recorded, why they think our brand in general is good, why it has legs, why it has a future, has been very humbling and very rewarding, and being very honest. And so that's been really cool. Getting a little bit of flour sometimes helps, makes you feel better about things. But I would say one of the worst times was having to have the phone call, and it was a quick one with all three of us, and was like, hey, we need to get on the phone. We're not going to be at where we thought we were going to be. We now have to do our own, and having to put in the hard work of bringing this brand up to what it is, to what we envisioned, all three of us. We all do this together. We have a chat. We consistently have conversations, and we honestly have fun. And that's really what it comes down to. And we enjoy doing this. Is the reason we put in the hard work. But honestly, letting the brand speak for itself, and letting it be and kind of coming to life has been really cool. So getting the chance to run our own YouTube channel instead of having to be with somebody else, and finally like being pushed and forced to do it in a sense, was been the best moment for me, because we started. And it's always nerve-wracking when we're starting a whole new YouTube channel, our shows, and like, all right, this is now like the third reboot, and we don't have to do it anymore, which is awesome. But like seeing, Scotty, D Johnson, Miss Kim, Joe, Boom, Taj is now a part of Just That Sports, being a part of this. I know I'm missing so many. I'm looking literally through the chat right now. Nate G. There's so many that are
Kyle and KC.
Yep. Just big contributors to us, where day one, everybody's there. The OG stayed. Everybody who's been following us, the chat still pops. Everything pops. It's growing bigger. It's a big part of what it is. Even Michael Klein here. It's a big part of the brand, but also the friendships that's come along the way. That's the best show moment. It's the best moments in general, but having to do all that and being forced to do that, and then realizing like, hey, there's people there with you. We're going to rock out together. That's the biggest moment for me. And so we won't get to have that again, thankfully. But we do get to continue to build, which is awesome. So that's mine, bar none. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of like not knowing how to swim, taking some swim lessons, and then all of a sudden somebody walks you out to the end of the pier, looking out at the ocean, and says, "You got to jump in now and swim."
Right,
and you're like, "What the hell am I doing?" And then you realize, "Hey, we can swim,
right.
and we're doing pretty good." So, yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yep. So that's my sentimental moment of the year as well.
That's as feelings as you've ever gotten on this show.
Yeah, let's not keep doing that. I lose my reputation, as well as Tony Metzger here. I want to say that going forward, and I know this isn't the time to go forward just in general, looking ahead, but going forward, we're putting some cool things together that should be entertaining, and we always do this as a family, like a phrase or a word or something going into the new year. For the show, for me personally, I've thought about this, is mine is fun, because I think at the end of the day, getting to hang out, and I believe Scott Johati said it, like, you guys are fun to hang out with, and so fun is mine, because I think we're just hanging out. We're never going to make anybody millions of dollars, because if we do, that means we're millionaires as well. We hope that we will, and we hope that one day we like get crazy, we put a parlay together, and then like everybody bangs and we're good. But what we're going to do is we're going to hopefully entertain as well as educate. That's been on another show before, but also have fun. And so that's the goal. We're going to have some fun this year and maybe get away from the stats so heavy, because I think that's where we let our personality show and have a good time. So that's the biggest thing for me, is it's going to be more fun, and we're going to continue to keep doing this same thing over and over again, and just kind of rocking out every day with everybody. But final thoughts for 2025. What you got?
It's been a hell of a roller coaster of a year. And I think that as that roller coaster ride kind of smoothed out and we are where we are right now, I am so excited about looking ahead to 2026 and really seeing not just what collectively the three of us can do, but collectively with the chat. There is so much going on we have the and I am not kissing the chat's ass just to kiss the ass. I am telling you, we get comments all the time from people who come on as guest spots on the show who talk about the chat and how positive, how engaging, and how much fun they are. And how that is really an aspect of our show that people truly enjoy. And you guys are just much a part of our growth as we are coming into, however you're taking us in on YouTube, Spotify, however. So I think that for me is the biggest. And if I'm going to you're using fun, I'm using growth. I want this community to grow, and let's really build it. We have the foundation to build it. I'm excited about 2026.
Yeah. 2026 should be fun. Should be a good time. We're definitely going to grow. And I wanted to bring this up because she is the chat queen for a reason. She's always here. One of our biggest supporters, as well as, all the other people. But this is the reason that we enjoy doing it. We tolerate it. Yes, we tolerate you, Miss Kim. But yes, feeling like family is really what we aim to do. Because what I end the show now by saying is, hopefully, you're making us a part of your day, but hopefully we're being the best part of your day. And a lot of times, that's what we can be. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep rocking out. We're going to keep doing that, especially in 2026. But thank you all for hanging out with us. The biggest sports moment forever. Yes, me winning the fantasy football league forever. You're already drinking one?
No, that's iced tea.
Okay. That's what I said. I got it. All right. So cheers to you, 2026, to Robbie as well. Thank you all for hanging out with us. But that's going to be it for the show. We'll see you back tomorrow.
We'll see you next year.
Here, but Mark and Robbie will be. It'll be a fun show for sure. But thank you all for making us a part of your day. Hopefully, the best part.
I was just going to say Stranger Things.
Oh, tomorrow.
No,
yes.
Tonight for tomorrow.
Yes, it comes out tonight. They'll be covering it tomorrow on TV Timeout. All right, that's all we got. Boom. All right, we'll see y'all next year. See you then.